Good morning and welcome to Frank's School, 6th year, 141st day, first video. Wood! This cat, if I put it down, it's going to destroy the camera. Wood, built up posts. I didn't know what to call this particular video. I mean, it's absolutely about wood. But what to call it? I was given by a former student of mine, actually, who bought a house where a guy named Von Horton had lived. He was a somewhat famous singer, an American singer. His best known work is Mockingbird Hill. I had thought it was Listen to the Mockingbird. It was Mockingbird Hill. I don't really know him, but the house is here in Dutch Corner, not too far. And Chris is the young man's name. He and his wife, they bought it, a little farm in the house, and renovated it, and in the process they tore a lot of stuff out, and it was destined for the fire. I think it was another case where I was driving by and I saw there was a bunch of wood piled there, and I stopped and I said, "Are you going to burn that? Can I have that?" And he said, "Yeah." And then he later called me because he said he had more. I'll show you later I'll mention him again to show you some of the wood I got. But anyway, these posts, there's 7 of them. There's 7 of them, and as I say, they were ready to be burned. And there was a lot of work put into these posts. They're built up, I say, out of really nice finished lumber. And there's no glue. To the best of my knowledge, there's no glue used in them at all. You know, they finished nails that were countersunk, and they were of all things that were painted. But they were painted white. If they had been painted some other color, I don't know if I would have bothered. But they're like pieces of furniture, almost in a way. And I'm going to, as I've been doing, I'm going to go outside and film them. It shouldn't really take all that long. There's 7 of them, and what the heck to do with them? Because they're just not my style. I don't do such fine work of that kind. And there's 7 of them, and there's 3 panels. They were porch posts, and the panels were part of the porch. The panels are also beautifully done, but they're really heavy. I should have had another over there. They're really heavy, and too heavy, I think, really, because they used oak. No, it probably was pine, but they used pretty massive wood to back up the panels. You'll see them. Anyway, there's 3 of them. What to do with them? Well, I think they're going to be my plan is now is to put them into Thomas Hockling Hall in the balcony, build them into the balcony. Now there's at least 3 other examples of styles of posts. There's been a similar situation that they were given to me, or I certainly didn't buy any of them, and they're in there, and it's going to be kind of a eclectic, I guess is the word, collection of posts that, you know, really a post, a log, just a plain old log cut top, you know, cut square in the top and bottom, that can be a post. It doesn't have to, all this stuff doesn't have to be done to it to make them look funny. But anyway, I call it Marion's work because, you know, there'll be no way of ever finding out who was the carpenter or furniture maker or whatever, because these are almost like furniture. Who did that? It's pretty nice work. And the man that was helping me carry him out, I thought I was going to use him elsewhere, and he was carrying him out, and he looked at him, and he commented, he says, "Boy, that's nice work." And he said, "Aha, post for the Shakespearean troupe." And I said, "Yeah, probably so. Someday I'll put Shakespearean plays on again in Thomas Hockling Hall, I think." And I think he maybe remembered that there were other posts in there. All right, dépense, that's a French word, and I think I'm pronouncing it right. It came to mind. I've run into the word recently. It has to do with degrowth. You know, what do you do with your extra energy and your extra resources? What do you do? How do you expend it? And in the discussion it says, well, the Egyptians, for example, they built those pyramids. They didn't have to. They weren't necessary, I suppose. There's an awful lot of work in building those pyramids. Well, in a sense, these posts are an example of dépense. As I said, a straight old log would do just fine, but this was almost a showy expenditure of energy and time to build these. They're really quite nice, and I've got them out in the weather right now. That's where they sat out there in the weather for maybe 2 years. I rolled them over now and then. I sort of wanted them to weather because I want to get that paint off. But I'll clean them up, and I don't know if I'll repaint them. Yeah, I might even repaint them. All right, well, I'm going to go out and show them to you. That shouldn't take too long. Bye for now. Here are those posts that I was talking about that have been built up and then painted. You know, not super fancy work, but still nice enough. And there's the 3 panels that I say are too heavy. Well, you know, it was a porch actually. Where I will use them would be up higher. And you can sort of see, some are upside down, some are right side up. You can see how they were meant to be attached. I don't know. Nice enough work that I'm gonna use them. Now let me just show you what I mean about these being so heavy. I won't even try to flip that center one over. But this one, so you can see how it was built. If I can get under it. There we go. Oh man. It's practically solid. It really rained last night. It rained hard. And it's, you know, it scoured the lane to some extent. But this irrigation and drainage system I have it's not that much affected. This won't be that hard to repair. Basically it floods everywhere. The whole thing brims instead of it gathering together. All right, I think I'm going to show you a couple other things while I'm out here. That's Heidi. She's going to have babies real soon. I stopped here because I want to show you the ruts that were made because it was so muddy yesterday. That acted, you know, like a funnel, but then it hit my diversion ditch and went off to the side. But anyway, what's here to see, I think, besides goats, is that when it scoured it like that, you can see this fill is you know, I think I know where that stuff came from. That was not my doing. That had to do with something that was earlier when the village that was here was being bulldozed and cleaned up, or sort of cleaned up. That's Chase. She's gonna have or Sky. She's gonna have babies real soon too. I'm kind of off topic now, but it's interesting to see how that delivered the fill, you know, as it sort of slowed up. I'll shovel that back up, some of it anyway. And you know, while I'm here too, I'm going to tell you more about this. I should probably just take the opportunity. Maybe I will. What the cat's walking on is it's rough. It's hand-hewn. That's hand-hewn. Now, not this. This came from the fire. But that stuff there, those were hand-hewn beams that were sawed then in half to make rafters. And what I'm going to do with them, I've sorted them out some, and I've got 9 of them that are 12 or 13 feet long, I think, right there beside the cat. And as strange as it may sound, I'm going to use them as veneer, I think. Well, here I can show you what I mean. I was going to film this anyway, so I'll film it now and then explain it afterwards. All that material I'm going to make in such a way that it'll show. It'll be veneer. If you imagine that what the cat's on is a post, and right there is a post, and that's a beam, that new looking wood. This will be on the floor. I'll saw it in half, but that'll be like a pedestal on the floor. And then this beam, this will be the veneer that I'm talking about. Now you can't see the hand-hewn marks on that, but it'll stand. This will be upright now. It's laying down on it to be upright, and that part up there will stick up past, and it'll become the post on the railing. I don't know if you can imagine what I'm saying or not. I'll after I go inside, or tomorrow probably, I'll try to explain a little bit better what I'm going to do. They want their corn. This diversion ditch worked as well. Usually in the past, this would have scoured the lane the whole way down through, but it didn't. I'm way off topic now, but that is going down a drain, which is also a flue. I might have explained that before. The water will go down the lower side, smoke will come up the upper side, and the flue will come from a pottery kiln all the way down there. That's the plan. It'll turn a 90, it'll go over there, and then it'll go up that chimney. That's sort of part of the plan. Come on, come on, come on. That one had a broken hip, but she amazingly got better. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this guy is a crossbred between a Nubian and a Boer goat. He'll be my my buck. She's gonna have babies real soon. This is a wether. There's a young buck. This one's gonna have babies. I don't know how. Yeah, I think pretty soon too. And there's Heidi. She's moving slow. Come on, come on, come on. Here's the one other thing I wanted to show you. The lane didn't really wash, but you see, that's paved. And what I wanted to show you here is this rut that made because of my driving in the mud yesterday. Now the discoloration comes because there's manure up there, but it scoured the lane in such a way that you can see paving. That is also paving. And you know, the tendency is to dump stuff over. You know, an archaeologist does the opposite. You know, he digs down and cleans stuff up and sees what's there. But right there, now I'll smooth it out and you won't see it then for a while, but that's paved. That's part of that paving. All right, bye for now.